Ambassador Bolton, talking about India-US relationship, President Trump and Prime Minister Modi share a very good relationship. What are your views on India-US relationship under Trump 2.0?
Well, I think Prime Minister Modi does have a good personal relationship with Trump. I think that the Biden administration has made progress on the Asian Security Quad relationship, India, Japan, Australia, the US. I hope Trump continues that. In the meetings that I attended between the two of them when I was serving in the White House, almost the entire conversation turned on trade issues. Trade's important. Trade's important for every country and deserves high level consideration. But there are important strategic issues where I think the U.S. and India have a common relationship. I've said for some time that the bilateral relationship between India and the United States is probably the most important one we have in this century. So I'd like to see the Prime Minister and Trump get beyond trade issues. I'm not saying they should ignore them. Obviously, that won't happen, but they need to talk about these broader strategic questions as well.
There has been a lot of debate going on H-1B visa program with the numerous changes in the administration's policies. It is believed that Trump may go back to stricter regulations on foreign workers, and Indian citizens are good beneficiaries of this H-1B visa. So, how do you think would this have an effect on it?
That it's another important question where it's hard to give you an answer because of the uncertainty of what Trump is going to do on any given point. There's no doubt when we consider the problem of illegal immigration that the problem is severe and needs to be fixed, and Trump's position on that is very popular. What people don't talk about enough is the legal immigration system, which is hopelessly gridlocked. It's very politically difficult to change. My own view is that we should welcome additional immigrants. It's a source of strength for the United States. The visa program is a way to bring people in. They may decide to return to their home country. They may decide to apply for citizenship in the United States. But I think it's a very positive program for the United States. And at some point, we need to find the political will to allow more legal immigration. It's a question of I think the long-range future for the country. It's just important for any sovereign state to say we're going to do it in an orderly fashion, and we're certainly not doing that now.
How his foreign policy will be it towards China, West Asia, Russia, Ukraine?
Well, I think in the case of Ukraine and the war in the Middle East, it's pretty clear Trump wants these wars off the table. He considers them Biden's wars. He has said that if he had been president, neither one would have happened. I don't think that's accurate, but that's what he thinks. And I think he's in kind of a rush to find a way to end them, which implies that he doesn't care all that much on what terms they end. And that could be, I'm afraid, very bad news for the Ukrainians. Could be good news for the Israelis. We don't know, but Trump's not interested so much in the substantive outcome as to clear his agenda of these legacy items, if you will, from the Biden presidency. With respect to China, it's a very significant question. During the campaign, Trump's rhetoric against China was very strong. He basically blames China because it was the origin of the COVID virus for costing him the 2020 election, which in his view was obviously unfair. But at the same time, just in the past couple of weeks on the question of whether TikTok, this very, very popular app owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, he's turned from worried about TikTok as an intelligence vehicle for the Chinese intelligence community to saying he's going to try and save TikTok. And it's reported in the past couple of days he's very eager to visit Xi Jinping in Beijing. So will Trump turn out to be a China hawk or a China negotiator? Again, as in the first term, we just don't know.
President Donald Trump said on Monday that he may impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico as early as February 1. What is your comment on that?
Well, he had originally said he'd impose the tariffs on Canada and Mexico on day one, so he lost at least 10 days there. You know, Canada and Mexico are the US number one and number two trading partners. So if he goes ahead with that, and it's always important to underline the word if in dealing with Trump, but if he goes ahead with that, we could be in a trade war that could become a global trade war very quickly. And we don't have a lot of recent experience with tariff wars, but what we did back before the Depression was not good. So the impact on the economy obviously depends in the first instance on exactly what Trump proposes. We don't know what that is, but it also depends on what the reaction of the major economic players around the world is. Canada and Mexico, perhaps in the first instance, but the United Kingdom, the European Union, China, Japan, India, what are they going to do, respectively, if Trump imposes tariffs on them as well? So it's a very obscure picture, but one I think that could be very damaging to the world economy.